This is the Booker Labs Fusion Breakout Box, and today I'm going to show you all about this unit and also how it compares to the tried and true 1122 kit made by Hammond Suzuki. Alright, here is the front panel. Here's the side. Here's the Leslie connections. We have this one is wired for a 122, 147, and also an 11 pin. The 122 and 147 are 6-pin females. And then on this side, this is the power. So first, the big question is, why would you need one of these boxes? Well, if you want to connect anything to a Leslie, you need a preamp. Whether you want to connect it to your 3300 or your 122 or your 147, you're going to need something that takes the audio input signal and sends it to the Leslie, and then also it will take it'll allow you to control the speed of the Leslie through either like a hand switch or a foot pedal, or what's on onboard controls of your actual clone wheel. So let's take a look at this 122 kit. First off, on the back of the 122, you're going to have this 6-pin female. This goes directly to a 122. And just to let you know, this 1122 kit can only be used with a 22 Leslie, a 142, or 122. And then you've got this 11-pin cord that goes directly to an organ. And then, of course, you have your power cord. So again, 6-pin cord down to the Leslie amp down there, and then this connected to your clone wheel, and then this one right here is the power. Alright, now let's go to the Booker Lab Fusion box, and this is why this box is so impressive to me. Now first off, it can be connected the same way. So in the back, if I wanted to, I have right here this 122. Basically, I can go from 6-pin, and there would be a cord that I'm going to show you later that goes from here to the Leslie. And then right here, I just needed another 11-pin cord that goes from there to the organ. All right, now, what if you wanted to connect it to something like a guitar or a bass or some kind of keyboard that does not have an 11-pin jack? Well, that's great, because you can actually use this input right here, and it'll just take a 1/4-inch signal, and this will allow you to just run a keyboard or whatever through, and it'll take that signal and run it through that Leslie. Then you also have speed control, this one right here. With this jack, you're able to use a Hammond CU1 half-moon switch or a foot pedal, and basically you can control the speed that way. Now, this is also very, very handy, is that there is a volume switch right here. Again, it's a preamp, so you can actually control how much volume is going in and out. There's a bass knob, there's a treble knob. That is not included in this 112 kit. See this little hole right here? You can put a little screwdriver in there, turn it, and that actually is going to be the gain switch, similar to this volume switch. There's also a send and return that you can use here, and there's also a high gain and a cut as well too. Now on the top here, there's a symbol that says E and N. The E stands for EIS, and if you look at this Leslie here, it says modified for 3-speed operation, used with 122 Leslie amp equipped with EIS relay. All right, so there is a relay inside some of my Leslie amps that will take this Leslie and go from fast, slow, and stop. So in the olden days, or when Leslie's first came out, they were either two speeds, either stop or fast, or slow and fast. But a lot of organ players like me, I like to play in that stop sound, especially when you're playing a song at a fast tempo, because that will allow the bass to come through a little bit better. So if your Leslie has an amp, and the amp is down there, if that amp has an EIS relay in it, then you can actually go from stop to fast or stop to slow. It'll give you those 3 speeds. If you don't have that, then you'll just put it on N, which means normal. All right, so there you have it. Those are the 2 boxes next to each other. I kind of see this as the new updated model with all the bells and whistles. This definitely gets the job done, and I've used it many times, but I do feel like this one gives you more adaptability and customization. One thing that I would have added with my unit is I probably would have wanted a short pigtail, and I probably will make my own or something like that, or purchase one that will allow this to go directly to the amp, my Leslie. But these are meant to be either mounted inside your Leslie, or they can just be like tucked in a little bag and you pull it out when you need it. I have never mounted it because most of the time my Leslies are connected to an organ, but and so I like that possibility of actually deciding whether or not I need to use it for this situation or maybe a different Leslie. I have actually 2 Leslie 122s also. All right, well here I'm gonna show you a little about how each of these 2 are connected and how they sound. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I connect my Leslie 122 to the Viscount Legend Live using first the 1122 kit made by Hammond. Now the first thing I'll do is I'll plug the cord in here, and I will move this. This gives power for the 1122 kit. Now I'm going to take this guy right here. This is the 6-pin female cord, and I'm going to put this into the Leslie 122 amp. And I'm going to take this, which is the 11-pin male, and I am going to insert that into the back of the Legend Live. Now, it's important to know, if you look at this, there is a little notch on the top, little square notch, and so you have to make sure that that does line up, and don't force it into this jack, otherwise it'll break it off. There's a little notch on the top. Okay, and I always like to make sure that the volume is off, just in case, on the amp. I'll turn on the keyboard and allow the tubes to start to warm up on the organ, and we actually should be ready to go. So I'm actually going to turn the Leslie on fast. It's working. Stop and slow. And now let's pull out some drawbars. And we are rocking and rolling. Now, if I find that there's not enough gain on the unit, I'll need a little screwdriver to come down in here insert into this little hole right here, and I can use a screwdriver to either increase or decrease the gain. Now I'm going to compare this with the Booker Labs. All right, now I set up the Booker Labs Fusion box with my Leslie 122 and my Viscount Legend Live. Kind of go through the inputs and how it's all connected. First off, I have a 6-pin 122 cord that is going directly to the 122 amp. By the way, Pete Fallico let me borrow this cord. Now, we also have the 11-pin cord, and that's going from the Booker Labs Fusion box all the way to the Legend Live. We have the power cord plugged in, and everything is working wonderfully. So now if I play this instrument here, you can hear it going through the Leslie. There's the Leslie on fast, on stop, and then on slow. Now, just as a reminder, my Leslie is modified inside the amp to go slow, fast, and stop. Most Leslies, when they come stock, they're going to be just slow and fast speed. Now, the great thing about the Booker Labs is if I wanted to increase the volume directly on the gain instead of using a screwdriver, I could simply turn up the volume. Alright, there's even a little filter for high and low gain there. There's a cut. Like, let's say if you were running a guitar through here and you don't want to hear like any kind of artificial noise that goes past like some bass frequencies, you can definitely cut that. And then when you're playing, there's also bass and treble, something that is obviously not on the Leslie 1122 kit. So there you have it. That's how you connect a Viscount Legend to a 122 using what I think is the best interface, the Booker Lab Fusion box. All right, now just for fun and for a test, if you use a keyboard that does not have an 11-pin output jack, you can now use just simply the 1/4-inch input. So now I have this 1/4-inch input going to the back of this Yamaha Reface CP, and the Leslie speed will be controlled with this Nord Half Moon that's connected to this speed switch. So here we go. This is just the clav. And now, now I'm gonna turn it on slow. Now I'm gonna put on some auto wah just for fun. Oh, let's turn that up a little bit. Right. Now I'm gonna turn it on fast. You can even run a Rhodes through it. No.